Please click the subscribe button and the notification icon. It will help us a lot.
An enormous amount. I mean, honestly, I think the prep is some of the hardest, actually. Just trying to get all your ducks lined up in a row before you launch. I had to put in some, decent amount of capital just to get this thing running. It's kind of like a risk, I guess, but I was willing to go all the way on my own to begin with. This Kickstarter is just another way to generate funds through people that are interested, rather than just putting it all out on my own and then just hoping that people buy it. So this way I know I've already generated enough interest where I can actually start selling these things once I make them. So once I kind of realized I wanted to go that route, then I just went into planning phase and I did some research. I went online. I just looked at a lot of different Kickstarters. I read a lot of articles and blogs and, things like that to help, inform me of what I needed to create. To be very specific, you had to have a video. I knew I had to create a video, so I hired my friend who's an amazing videographer for like corporations. He came into my studio. We shot this whole thing. We had a huge plan on how we were going to attack the shoot, and we did it. And then he edited it for me, and we put music to it. And that's, again, something if you go to profharkin.com, you can check out. Really just sort of laid out the whole process of like why I wanted to do this and all the different hoops and hurdles of trying to get the prototype done. So I really didn't think about the Kickstarter too much until after all that pre-production stuff was finished. Like once I had the prototype painted is when I started thinking like, okay, now we can go into Kickstarter mode. And yeah, I just wrote down like all the different things. Like, for example, when you launch your Kickstarter, the URL, the address to your main page is really long, and so people were always telling me to like create a domain name and then attach the URL of the main page to your domain name. So I went ahead and bought profharkin.com, and the only thing is you don't get your domain name to your main page once you launch. So it's like something you have to like, on the very day that you launch, you want to make sure you just lock in that domain with the URL of the main page right away, and then off you go. You're ready to do that. So it's just something really simple. Like instead of saying, well, look up Professor Harkin Resin Art Toy by Matt Gazer on LinkedIn or on Kickstarter, and you'll find it. I mean, it's a lot easier just to say profharkin.com and you'll check it out. So that's something that was really crucial to get people to come to the main page really easily. Also, I had a huge mailing list that I've generated from doing Comic-Cons. I think I had like 1,100 people right off the bat that I could just immediately shoot an email to like generate more interest, and that helped a lot. And then I also made a list of like all the major art toy magazines online that do articles about art toys, and reached out to them. And I think I reached out to like 8 of them, and 3 of them did an article on my art toy. So that was awesome. And then I did another little fun thing. I live in Petaluma, California, which is like in wine country, and Northern California by San Francisco. And there's a brewery right here in town that Lagunitas Brewing Company, and it just so happens that they sponsor the International Art Toy Awards. I think in New York, Morgan Spurlock does the announcing for it. And I couldn't believe it, that like my hometown brew company like sponsors the biggest art toy awards event in the world. So I reached out to them, and they were extremely excited, but they never got back to me. They were like really interested, but that's as far as it went. So I'm just hoping I can eventually get their interest and maybe get them to sponsor it in some way where I can maybe put like the Lagunitas Brew Company logo on the packaging, because that would just generate a lot more official interest in the project. Like it's not just some random guy, it's like a huge beer company is interested in my toy. So and then yeah, once the project is generated enough money, then we can go ahead and just jump it into production. I have huge plans to make a really amazing, like, I'm really into packaging. So for like my book, you know, it was just really well made. My limited edition book, you know, had like a nice envelope inside that had, you know, exclusive prints along with the book. So for this, I want to just do a really nice box, full color, and also inside is like a little tiny trading card that kind of gives you a backstory about Professor Harkin, because he's a math teacher, things like that you'll learn. And yeah, I mean, that's the goal. And just, yeah, lots of planning, lots of prep, and just stay focused. So there you go.